Hey, good morning, guys. This is week 7, day 4. Jacob's family moves. So, Pharaoh had found out about Joseph. Pharaoh had found out about Joseph's brothers and that they were here in town, and that so he goes. He finds out, hey, you know what? Joseph's fathers are alive. Let's go and father and son. His father and brother are alive. So he says, hey, tells Joseph, said, go send for your family. Go tell them to come out here and move here. Uh, Joseph sends his brothers home to go tell their dad, and sends plenty of carts and wagons and everything to go haul all their stuff. And like, we're going to do an easy move. So they get going, and they get there, and they come to talk to their dad, and they're like, hey, Dad, Joseph's alive. And, Dad's like, what? No. But then he's seen it. He's like, what's all, and then Dad's like, hey, what's all with all these carts and stuff? Hey, you spend some money on stuff? And they're like, no, no. The Pharaoh of Egypt sent it because Joseph is the number 2 guy in Egypt. And Joseph's father realized, Jacob had realized, hey, God has provided us. He's like, things were tough here for us, but God has provided. Even when we didn't see the outcome, didn't see a way out of this, but God provided. Oh, so Jacob goes, he takes it and gets off his stuff, and he turns and he starts heading from Canaan all the way to Egypt. When they got to Egypt, Joseph came out to meet him on the border, and they hugged and they cried and they were just all happy. They finally get together, and then Joseph says, hey, now the Egyptians, they don't particularly like shepherds, but I got a special spot for you, but you still tell the Pharaoh that you're shepherds. So they go before the Pharaoh, and they told him where to look to. So this is the Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh's like, hey, good to see you. What are your jobs? And we're like, well, all we know is how to be a shepherd. Uh, and so Pharaoh's like, well, if there's anybody that's specially talented, can you take care of my sheep, my flocks? They're like, yeah, we could do that. Uh, and they went, and Pharaoh would put them in charge, and they're like, now where do you want to stay? And now Joseph had told them, so they go, we want to go stay in the land of Goshen. So they put him over there in the land of Goshen. Uh, Joseph's family, they got some of the best stuff in Egypt. And Pharaoh took care of them. He looked after them. And they were all happy. Then came the time where Jacob died. And Joseph's brothers were like, uh-oh. Well, they went and they buried him. They took him back home and buried him in that special cave they bought, Abraham's cave, where all their family being buried. And they buried him there. And then they sent a letter back that says, hey, please, Dad said forgive us. And so Joseph comes back and he greets him and says, hey, he's like, no. He's like, he said it again. What you meant for evil, God meant for good. Oh, it's going to be all right. You're okay. And they stayed friends. And then they became friends, and they stayed friends, and they looked after each other. And Joseph kept looking after them. But Joseph told him, someday we're going to return to Canaan. We're not going to stay in Egypt forever. No, Canaan is where we were promised. We're going back. But I want you guys to promise though, when I die, you are to carry my bones back to Canaan when you guys leave. Because it's going to be several years. Oh. And everybody was happy. So, when we forgive somebody, we don't hold it against them. And we can come up and be friends too. And we can be friends afterwards, right guys? Yeah. So, you guys have a good day. And if there's anyone you need to forgive, you go talk to them. Ask for forgiveness and really forgive them. Don't just say, well, I forgive you, and then always hold it over their head. So, it's just plain, I forgive, not I forgive, but. Okay? So, and I will see you tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll find out, though, what happens when they forget who Joseph is. After Joseph dies, the Pharaoh dies, and they don't know who Joseph is. Find out what happens to him. So, but until then, you guys have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow.